Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I have discussed about all that our default file structure for the React.js. I hope you get some of the idea. So now friend, step by step, we'll practice with React.js. Now everything will be very clear. First of all, for doing this, I want to better clean it. I want to make as per our demand, like in our src, that means our source folder. Into the source folder, as I told you, that is one of the component, right? Here one of the component is loaded. That is our main.js. So into the main.js, that is all of the input CSS, and also here it's loaded some of the component, right? So right now we don't need any CSS. That means our default, that is on auto-generated CSS. I want to make it as a clean right now. I don't need it. I want to remove it. And also index CSS, that is auto-generated. We don't need it. I want to also remove it. And there is a app CSS also, that will be not needed. I want to simply click it as a remove. Okay, I want to remove both of this file. So now I want to organize it as per our demand. Like that is our asset folder. By default, that is auto-generated one of the React SVG. We don't need this React SVG. I want to do in our assets folder. Here I want to create on the new folder, and I just name that folder as images. All that our project related images I want to save in particular images folder, and also I want to create on the new folder in our asset folder area as a CSS. Okay, so for the project, if we need to create some of the CSS, then we can create all that our CSS in our assets and then CSS folder. Okay, here I simply created two of this. Right now React is busy, we don't need it. I want to clean it. I want to remove it. Okay, I simply remove it. Great. And now also I want to do in our that means source folder. So in our main source folder area, I want to create another new folder. Here I want to name that folder as a pages. All that our pages I want to create it in particular this pages folder. Okay, here I will create it, and also in our source folder area, I want to create another folder as a component. So whatever the component we have, I will create all that our component I want to create it in particular the component folder. Okay friend, so in our source folder I have created two of this folder. One is the component, whatever the component I will create, I will simply create this everything in our component folder. Whatever the pages I will create all that our pages in our pages folder, and into the assets folder all that our CSS I will add it in our CSS folder. Images I will save it into the images folder. So that is my structure. So if you want to create another folder name as per your demand, it's totally fine. And also there is another folder as a public folder, and into the public folder area they have one of the vid SVG. So that is the vid SVG actually loaded. If you go to that our index.html, and in here you can see they have also using one of the icon, and this icon actually loaded from to our vid SVG. So that is one of the icon. If you go to that our project, and you can see that is one of the vid icon. Okay, so that is the icon actually loaded from to this area. So that is a public folder, and there is a vid SVG. And also they have one of the title, right? Here you can see there is a display as a vid plus React. If you want to change the title, you can also able to change it. Like right now I name it as a learn React. So that will be as a learn React. Now if you click as a save all, our terminal is already running. Make that sure you have to run your terminal. Okay, here you can see if you go whatever the things right now you will have to you will just change it in here automatically. That will be reload your total file. Okay, so our file is now running, and now if you go, you can see without refresh it is successfully updated as a learn React. So our title is successfully updated. And also here I have loaded two of this component. Better I want to make it as a clean right now. Here if you want to do this work, I have already done it in our source into the main.js, and you can see there is a two of this component is loaded. Now I want to load one single component. Now click as a save all. Now that will be updated as a hello React. Okay, so here friend, I hope you get some of the idea. I simply organize all that our file structure as per my demand. Okay, here you can also create this type of one of the file structure. Now one by one we have to create some of the component, we have to create some of the pages. I want to create some of the CSS in here. I will add some of the images. So we will practice a lot of the things in our particular this section. Great, here we successfully done it. So next video I want to discuss about some of the extension. Like right now I am using that Visual Studio Code editor. So into the Visual Studio Code area, for working with the React.js, some of the extensions may help you. So I will install some of the essential extensions for our Visual Studio Code. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.